Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios. This is Old School, brought to you by Sandhills Global. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Happy Friday, everybody. You made it. Congratulations. Give yourself a round of applause. You made it through the week.
Well done.
Good job.
Well done.
Fantastic. Welcome into Old School 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. DP is here. Jay Foreman is back from his super secret missions.
People need to
What's
put
happening?
an APB out and give Jake a hug because of the Dolphins. Look at him; he's a little angry, Jake. Then Sipple,
He was feeling that, right?
Yeah.
What did you guys do to him?
Sipple's
I wasn't
got a
listening.
fashion show going on in there.
I was busy with other things. What were you guys doing to Jake?
I predicted that the Dolphins would win the East.
Jay was,
but then he was mad that I said Trubisky was better than Tua, just by the record, the pure numbers.
I'm not going to say anything. 402-464-5685, Honda Lincoln Hotline, Starter Haven text line.
Oof. Oof. Oh boy, yeah. I'm not. Oh, he was gaslighting him, and Jake saw it and was like, "Okay, I need to get out of here."
But he fell for a hook, line, and sinker.
Why would you do that to him?
Because he's a Dolphins fan.
I mean, yeah,
they do have the most talented roster in the East, though.
Oh, definitely. They're not going to win it.
Yeah, but they do. They should win it this year.
They should. But it's the Dolphins, so they won't.
I mean,
so much talent.
So much. They almost have too much talent that you don't know what to do with it. Because they got two. I'm sitting, and this is all jokes aside, that you got Tyreek Hill and Waddle, Parker. I mean,
they don't have Parker anymore. Parker's in New England.
Oh, okay, you got Tyreek Hill and Waddle. Look, Jake turned around. Those are two receivers, one-on-one coverage and zone that is hard for anybody to cover. Mm-hmm. And then one of them is going to get matched up against a guy like me, which is
not going to work.
Not going to work out well for whatever team I'd be on. And then one of them, if they're both out wide, is going to go against the number 2 corner, which isn't going to work out or work out well. I think their offensive line is rebuilt. Their defensive line is good. And then they signed a couple running backs that can run that scheme. So it's kind of plug and play.
So now it's all on Tua.
And they got Gesicki as a tight end, who's a young, emerging kind of Travis Kelce, like second or third version. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
currently the Walmart version could be better.
He's a little bit better. Travis Kelce is super target. He's target version.
Okay.
You know what though? I was blessed to hear Sipple talk about NIL. But here's what people don't understand about NIL, and maybe Nebraska does this or anybody does it. It's like these NIL deals come with stipulations, right? Mm-hmm. It's not like, hey, you market, said water bottle and we're just going to give you a check and then, you can kind of just live your life like a imbecile, right? So what I mean is like there's something in there, I imagine, conduct detrimental to, it's usually to the team, as you see in the NFL, but conduct detrimental to the brand, right? So then therefore, these contracts are two-way contracts. There's obligations on both financially and then obviously, action-wise. So my whole thing is, if I was talking to guys about NIL, because it's a big deal, right? This is another thing I'd say to them. Well, then you're wanting to be treated, like a professional. So if you want to be treated like a professional, then you have to conduct yourself like a professional. Then you have to understand the expectations of being a professional in your own realm, just based on an NIL deal. So don't just think it's like a full infinity laced cookie jar that you can just go in and just reap all the benefits from them. You know what I mean? And also, I would say this, like we were talking about my grandfather and my dad. He's like, look, man, he always talked about, when you become a man, you understand what it means. And, I can't really tell you, but the one thing he did tell me, he's like, when you're a boy or like a up and coming young man, you do what you want. When you are a grown man, you do what you have to do. Right. And that's about being a professional. So if you want to go out and have a good time, nobody's saying not to have a good time, but also understand there comes a time limit and a limit that you can go to with your good time for two reasons. One, you don't want to lose control and then lose your whatever your NIL deals or potential. Right. Two, which is most important, you don't want to lose, or number one, but you don't want to lose your scholarship, and then obviously your playing time and all that. You don't want to lose your NIL deal, but then also three, you want to make sure that you're able to have enough time, but then also know that if you're a professional or somebody that's viewing yourself as a professional, that you got to start making some sacrifices. And sacrifices is, at this point in time with NIL, or just if you want to be a person that's next in line for NIL, you're going to have to sacrifice some of the things that majority of, or 99% of the not high school, but college students get to participate in anytime they want. They can go to a party, on a game week on a Monday.
How much of that is discussed and known, though?
I don't know.
Yeah, like
I don't know. I was just thinking about it.
From the athletes that we've been around. I don't think it's enough. And I can't speak for Nebraska. I'm just thinking just broadly. I don't think it's enough. I don't think a lot of these kids understand. They might have somebody to, so they're protected, so they're not, duped, but they're not telling them the finer details of what this really means. They're the teaching moments, right? The teaching moments. I don't think they're getting it because and maybe it's the vacuum that we've kind of created here, but the student athletes that come in here and do shows and give us access to their lives and what's going on, those are probably top level folks anyway.
Yeah, and some do, and these kids are, they're the wide generation. You go and you want to give them. I mean, it's a funny thing. You probably you want $10,000. They be like, "Why are you giving it to me?" Back then, we were like, "All right, cool, we'll deal with it after. We'll take it and then go with it." But yeah, so, there's not all of them. There's some that know, but majority that don't, because you can tell there's just the young kids in nature just think they need to be compensated for just being there. And when you think you need to be compensated for just being there versus doing something, then majority of the time you don't understand what the obligations and expectations are if you did get an NIL deal, because you think you're entitled to it.
Well, but so for this is new. So the majority of people that we're talking about who are in the system now have never gotten it. So there is no expectation for them getting it. They don't even expect to get it. Now, the people who are getting it, that's 1% of 1%.
Sure. But I think that there's people that are wanting to get it or do have it that don't understand the whole package.
How would they? How would the folks? So
I mean, you'd have to have a conversation like this and really show them some. I haven't heard any. I'm not gonna. Well, I haven't heard of any athletes getting in trouble off the field and then say, "Oh, 93.7 the tickets pulled there." And we haven't seen that, but you could show them whether it's Phil Mickelson or Tiger Woods when he went through his stuff, or anybody else that's lost a lot of sponsorships based on what they've done off the field, and some of it haven't even been that much. Even like you just talked about, Justin Thomas just won a major in golf, and he said something about himself to himself, got caught on a hot mic, and he lost his sponsorship, which he had been with, I think, since he turned pro, since he left the University of Alabama, I think with Ralph Lauren. Is that Polo? Yeah. So he lost a big endorsement deal with that. He apologized and all that stuff, and he still lost it. So it's those are the things that needs to be shown to him. Understand that they need to understand the broadness of conduct detrimental, in this case, to the brand, because it can cover anything that they make it feel like.
Yeah.
It could be.
They wouldn't know.
Right. So
they
those
really
are
wouldn't know.
So you need to. Now they know, hey man, I can't get a DUI. They know that those are the layup ones. But the other things,
I don't know that they do. Well, then if they don't, I mean, then but you still got to cover it. I'm just giving them the benefit of the doubt, but I definitely don't think they understand what cause is.
So
right? I definitely don't think they understand what cause is.
So for college students, and remember, these are college students. Most of these folks are under the age of 22.
Sure.
Right? So then the conversation turns to, is this a thing that the parents should have installed in them before they came to college, or is this
something that you could you just this is also a selling point to, I mean, if it was me, right, I would have somebody that has real life how can I you have real life experience with it, that the university and I guess compliance or whatever would educate them on it to deliver it to kids in a way that they can understand it, and therefore then they also have somebody that they can always talk to that isn't dealing with the money, right? So if I'm always going to somebody that I'm going to get to pick up my check for, that relationship is different if I can get somebody on the same that can get on a personal level with me that doesn't have anything. I'm not paying them.
Away
They're not
from
getting
my playing time,
right,
away from my playing time,
and explain to them the whole picture of NIL and how NIL you can parlay that into your second career and a possibility of getting a job or getting an internship or something else long after that, right? And here's another good example of quote unquote NIL, but how you parlay a relationship that you had even from an athlete brand standpoint. Michelle Wee, who was like the 14-year-old phenom that played with the men, accomplished woman golfer, recognizable name in X, Y, and Z. Obviously, I think she just got married, had either one. I know she had one kid, maybe two, but she's just announced that I saw it on network that she's going to step away from playing, but then now she's a brand ambassador. You know what I'm saying? So just because you aren't playing, that doesn't mean that you still can't have that relationship. So I think, don't look at NIL as something that you want just for short term, right? Because you could, just say like if you're like, these are, I don't know, two companies, right? So this company is who you're partner with in college, just because you're like, oh, it's short term, and they, instead of taking a deal for 4,000, I get 5,000, right? But then after college, and say you get done playing, or say you weren't able to go to NFL or NBA or anything like that, here comes this second brand right here. But this second brand had been watching you for 2 or 3 years because you had been on their radar after college for something bigger. Well, the partnership that you were so quick to jump on because of a short-term gain, well, in this case, I just said $1,000. Is it really worth it missing out on a 12-year employment opportunity with this brand here for $1,000? So what I mean by that is, like, partner with things that kind of fit in your wheelhouse.
This is
because
where
one thing to tell people to build their brand, go out there and tweet stuff out now, get you to 10,000 followers, right? When you can actually buy 10,000.
That's not brand development.
But that's what people think, and when you think people, that's what people think, right? But building your brand is definitely like who you're partnering with. There's a reason why some people you don't really see a lot of stuff with like Tom Brady. He does what kind of fits in his deal, right?
Well, and he's able to
kind of pick.
He's
also cherry picking, but there's a lot of guys that do it.
I think for me, the big part of this, one, because of the newness of it, right? Because there are a lot of folks who weren't prepared to be
nobody
in this
was
space.
Nobody was, because it just kind of turned. It was like on Thursday they were kind of,
you're a student
athlete, and it might happen. Then the perception is it's never going to happen, or it's never going to happen while I'm in college. Monday it was like a free for all, and then like football, it was like 2 or 3 weeks before camp started. So that took like a focus away from getting ready for the season to you see all these guys tweeting out like, hey, I'm open for opportunities X, Y, and Z. And then they said you can hire an agency. Then you got that, right? So yeah,
which is always so. What we've been dealing with lately, Jay, is that the parents of student athletes are reaching out, and I can tell you, I've talked to 4 different families this week, where not only think about how new it is to the student athlete, it's newer to the parents.
It's newer to everybody.
And it's new. It had coaches who just don't know how to process. So I can tell you that another Big Ten member university reached out to me and said, listen, we see what you're doing with student athletes. We need to do that. So can we have the conversation about how to do it? And their thing is they don't know either what they should be doing. They've got all these ideas that are up in the air, but they don't have any real plan or foundation
because the people or the entity that always kind of had the cloud over you, that they regulated everything that you did, right? Mm-hmm. Like the NCAA is like, oh,
y'all said you didn't need me.
No, there's like, hey, you don't like how we're doing it, so then you know what, we're gonna let you guys go out there and kind of like drown yourself. And so ideally you'd like to see some like a new group come together to kind of have a plan. But I think, like I said, I do think it's going to dissipate itself. I think this is really in just football, I think this is really the first year of it. I think last year was just kind of like too close to the season, so you really couldn't you saw Adrian had his deal, but you couldn't see it. But I think other schools started to get theirs ramped up during football season because it was their off season. Now you see it now with the off season. I think after the season, it's going to be just like a salary cap situation. Okay, we signed Rico for this much, DP for this much, Jay for this much. Okay, let's look up, was it really worth it based on the resources we used to recruit him, how he was, what kind of teammate he is, how much did this really affect him, the whole thing. And then you're going to like have the whole juice versus or squeeze versus the juice. So it's going to be interesting to see how teams do it moving forward. But you definitely, like I always say this, like I know Alabama does a really good job with it. I know Georgia does a really good job with it. I know Tennessee does a really good job with it. Only reason because I played with guys that, two guys that I played with are in positions. One, I just know from Jonas Jennings, who plays is at Georgia, and it's a teammate of his, where they make sure, if you look at Kirby Smart, you always see Jonas Jennings, and Jonas Jennings does a lot of the stuff from a player standpoint. And you see Jonas Jennings, every guy that gets drafted is with Jonas Jennings because it's the relationship that he's building with them after football. You know what I mean? For their brand and stuff like that. I think you're going to see that more importance on that if you're going to dip into it. Now, it can't be, like I say, I don't think it's going to be something that you can do every year where you go and sign 20 guys. You're kind of turning over your middle to, your lower third of your top of your roster to the, the middle to half third of your second of, your meat of your roster constantly over with, transfers or NIL, but it's something that can definitely kickstart your program. So it's a year-to-year basis. I know that they, Sipple and then we're talking about Iowa fans all upset about it, but you're in different situations. Iowa kind of knows, like Iowa knows when they, they're fine with looking at themselves in the mirror and they're a six and they're the best looking six out there. But if you mess with them, they're going to embarrass you. They've beat teams that they probably shouldn't have, and they know how to do what they do. Iowa's going to Iowa, Wisconsin's going to Wisconsin. So in order to get to that level and kind of level the playing field, sometimes you got to really, depend on NIL. And then there's going to be years if guys develop and you have a couple of really good classes that you don't need to go to NIL or not NIL or just, transfer portal.
I think the transfer portal is going to be a part of everybody's business going forward.
Oh, it is. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it's not going to be a part of your business, but to the magnitude of like this year, it won't. It won't be sustainable to do it every year like that.
I think it'll be. I think this is a part. I think this because
I'm not saying it's not a part of it, but if you think you're going to go turn your roster over every year, and in over 10 years you're going to have 10 winning seasons, there's not that many good players that you can hit on. You know what your hit percentage would have to be if you just decided to for every season. Let's just take a really easy number. We're going to get 10 guys out of the portal every year. Mm-hmm. In 10 years, that's 100 new players. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that means that you would have to.
Remember the 3-year cycle. It's a 3-year cycle. What we're talking about. So you're only infusing 30 players over the course of that. Any players.
Okay, so you would have to hit on 21 of those 30 players.
I think most programs would be really happy about that.
No, you would have to hit on 21 of those 30 players to be a sustainable product. You would have to, for every 10 players that you get, 7 of them have to really be what you thought they would be.
Isn't that what you're trying to do in the recruiting game anyway?
But the portal is different. That means you're getting guys in the portal versus a high school kid because you're saying that they're ready-made, that you've seen something from them, right?
Right.
Okay, well, just because you're good at like FAMU doesn't mean that you're going to come here in the Big Ten and be what you were at FAMU. So that's what I'm saying. You have to hit on 7 out of 10. It's like almost humanly impossible. Versus then also, you're not the only school out there recruiting these players. So, yeah, if you could pick 10 guys that I know, like if you had 10 guys and you know 7 of these guys are going to hit, you're not going to get all 7.
I think we'll pick it up at 9 o'clock because I think there's some, as you said, there's some juice to the squeeze.
I need Jay to pick a number between 1 and 8.
4.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
No,
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Baxter, we put you in the driver's seat with a simplified buying process, at-home test drives, hassle-free delivery, and service pickup and return. Check out all our new vehicle specials now during the Ram Make the Switch event at Baxter Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Shopping for insurance can be a tedious and frustrating task, but the agents at Brokers Insurance Agency will do the work for you. They have partnered with over 20 of the best insurance carriers in the nation, which allows them to do the shopping all for you. Whether you're looking for business insurance or employee benefits for your company, or you're looking to save money on your home and auto insurance, Brokers Insurance Agency has the agents and solutions to help meet your goals. Call 402-420-5353 or email staff at brokersinsurancene.com.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batsterats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $22.07 per hour and other select jobs starting at $23.77 per hour, with wages growing up to $29.71 per hour. Continental also has salaried jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Did you know that the U.S. has added over 1,100 new breweries in the last 18 months? Learn more by shopping at Myers Cork and Bottle, 13th and South, and by tuning into Thirsty Thursdays with Kevin Myers, because sports are better with a drink in your hand and a friend at your side.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Tune in every Monday morning throughout the summer at at 6:45 a.m. for golf course reviews on the Nebraska Golf Passport Early Break Golf Tour with Jake Sorensen and Steve Sipple on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to Old School with DP and J.
Welcome back to Old School. It's time for everybody's favorite segment, 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com. Jay, there was a reason that I asked you to pick a number between 1 and 8.
Little sleeve, that mini sleeve that you got.
1 and 8. You said 4, right?
I did.
You said 4. Well,
that's probably the wrong answer. What is it, Rico?
Here's number 4.
I woke up this morning and I got out of bed. Had a big old cup of coffee to clear my head. Telephone rang and you wanna chat. Well, sit on down and tell me what's up with that.
Hey.
What's up with that? What's up with that?
Oh my God.
What's up with that? What's up with that? He said, she said, we said, me said, what up with that? Who knew, you knew, say what, who knew, what up with that? What's up?
Finish strong, Rico.
You know what? I'll say this. Two things. Okay. I'll get the good one out of the way. That one is more tolerable than the first one.
That one's longer.
It doesn't matter. It didn't actually. I thought it was shorter, so I think that lets you know.
Win. It's a win. It's
right.
a win.
It's like having a little seasoning on your dried chicken. It's like, it's a little bit better.
Yeah, it's 49 seconds.
But I am absolutely 100% appalled. Okay. That this dude over here sat there in the weeds having a conversation with me, chilling like, yeah. Then he played it off like, oh yeah, we got to get Rico. Come on, this got to be a quick one. And he knew this stuff was coming. Right when because the look on his face when you asked me what number, he was like, oh yeah, I know this one.
Do you want to know something?
What?
I got 8 of them.
I ain't picking no more numbers, man.
Don't worry, it'll be on the text line. They'll know.
No. Text line, please.
From here on out, I just need a number 1 through 8. First person that texted it after
whatever
the first
number,
segment.
We need a number. So text us any number real quick, and then the first one we get is the one we'll play.
1 through 8. I'll play the next one.
And I didn't know.
No, you gotta exclude the original.
Okay.
The original
Okay, so not 1. So 2 through 8.
Yeah. And I didn't know until he said he was over there. There it is. Bryce got us with number 6. Rico,
right,
give us number 6.
Let me find number 6.
You playing it right now?
So I didn't know what he was doing, and then it hit me. This joke was over here during the spillover.
That's why he wasn't listening.
He was over the spillover.
He was focused. Here's number 6.
Woke up this morning and I got out of bed. Had a big old cup of coffee to clear my head. Been home for a while and that's where I'm at. So we can still jam on what's up with that.
This is because Jay is gone.
This is for when Jay is on the phone.
Yeah.
I like this.
Hit the robot.
What's up with that? What's up with that?
Is that what he does on the video?
Yeah.
Without you, yeah.
Woo. Oh, that's so good. 9 o'clock hour. Let's have some fun. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
From selling a home to even building one, you're doing a lot and need a lender who can help you do it. Like Jennifer Peters of Security First Bank.
There are a lot of ways we can work to find the best fit for your situation. Let me help you explore your options.
Mortgage lending from Security First Bank. We're the bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 505011 and 616194.
2-1 count. And that's a deep drive into the gap. Smith rounding first base. It's a stand-up double.
Hey, Nick, speaking of doubles, did you know Wings and Rings has 2 ways to enjoy their next-level food?
Rico, we're in the middle of a game.
The game can wait, Nick. One way is to stop by one of their Lincoln locations. They have 2 great locations at O Street Meridian Park and 40th and Old Cheney in Williamsburg Village.
You said 2 ways. What's the other way?
You can order online at wingsandrings.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com. Did you know that the U.S. has added over 1,100 new breweries in the last 18 months? Learn more by shopping at Myers Cork and Bottle, 13th and South, and by tuning into Thirsty Thursdays with Kevin Myers, because sports are better with a drink in your hand and a friend at your side.
Let's do it. Let's get away. Let's go outside, cast a line, and reel in good times with our family and friends. Get a little peace, quiet, and relaxation, and make some memories that will last a lifetime. Let's do it. Let's Fish Nebraska. Start planning your fishing trip today at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy and healthy Memorial Day weekend. We are thankful for our country, and for those that have served this nation, we salute you. This important message comes to you from Bart, Mike, and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
$93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Areas of fog this morning, then sunshine by this afternoon as we'll top out at 83, a south wind at around 10 to 15. Mainly clear tonight, a low dropping down to 63. Tomorrow, even warmer with a high of 87, and by Sunday, we should be back into the 90s. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
When it comes to your home or business, we know you have options, and that's why John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning gives you just that, options. We have plumbing, heating, and cooling memberships to serve all of your residential and commercial needs. We want to ensure you, your family, and your business are safe. Visit our website, jhlincoln.com, to find out more or call us at
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it's been a great start here to the year as 2022 new inventory continues to roll in. Our pre-owned lot remains full, and we are selling at a record pace. I was just down at Koppel talking about a new order for myself, and they let me know I can actually start ordering a 2023 here later this spring. So stop on in to get your new 2022, your pre-owned vehicle, or maybe talk about ordering here for 2023. Check them out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Adventure Golf Center is open for business with 2 mini golf courses and a 3rd course on its way within the month. Enjoy the current courses as well as the bad cages in a shaved ice food truck, and prepare for a new putting course completely uncommon in Nebraska and the Midwest with 18 holes of par 3s, 4s, and 5s, and a bar on the course. Oh yeah, Adventure Golf Center now sells alcohol too. Play the courses now and prepare to experience the new course within the month at Adventure Golf Center, 56th and Old Cheney.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Coming at you live from the Koppel Chevrolet GMC studios. This is Old School. Brought to you by Sandhills Global. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Hour 2 of Old School on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. DP's feeling himself. Go ahead. Get it, DP. Hey, get it. You get a hold of us on the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Haven text line 402-464-5685. Old School, sponsored by Sandhills Global. Sandhills Global looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling, sports, software development, web design, and more. Career internship opportunities are available at the global headquarters in Lincoln. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
I want to jump into the schedule release.
People are upset.
Well, so Jay sent it to me yesterday, and I was just kind of like, I started rubbing my hands together. First of all, at least there's progress, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's progress because we still want to. There's stuff we want to know. There's stuff we got to plan, right? So I'm trying to plan, opening day and figure out what it is, and I'm trying to figure out, Big Ten Media Days. I'm like,
that hasn't been announced.
I'm like, you guys were together. Like, just tell me when we're getting together so other folks can buy tickets.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Like we and just for the record, we rolling into wherever media days this year a little different.
Now I'm interested.
See, we're gonna roll into Big Ten a little different. See, Jay Foreman gonna be there.
Okay.
Rashawn gonna be there.
Okay.
Right? We'll roll in. Strick gonna be there.
Okay.
See, we're gonna roll in whether it's Indy or Chicago, wherever they decide to put it.
Probably Indy.
We're gonna roll in a little different. Sip and Jake will be there, right? We got to keep some folks back here so some folks can work.
Jake's going?
Well, Jake's going. Well, I mean, we might.
Oh yeah, Jake. If Jake goes, he's definitely drinking some Hennessy.
Well, we'll take him to St. Elmo.
Oh yes, please. Yes.
The microphone must not be on in there.
No, he's
Jake. If all three of you are going, Jake has to go.
Well, Sip's going. So Sip.
Oh yeah, he'll go with Sip's going.
Sip's going.
Jake's like little Sip.
Like Little Penny.
He definitely can't hear me because he
definitely not.
Yeah.
Like Little Penny. But I think that's the way to do this, right? Is to go in and cover this thing because they're different conversations.
Imagine me asking Jim Harbaugh some questions.
This is what
I was like, dog. I remember you from University of San Diego, man. Who you got food up here, player?
This is the thing of beauty behind how this is going to roll going forward. Just imagine we rolled in like gang, just standing on the corner looking at people like, "Come here, dog. Come here, man. Look, come here. Come talk to me." So we're looking for that. But your reaction to the 11:30 Central Time kickoff?
Yeah, I like it. I wish it was maybe like an hour early because I just know Nebraska fans. It's the first game. Everybody's going to be excited. And I'm assuming that you're trying to appeal to the two fan bases the most, right?
Mm-hmm.
And particularly Nebraska. Northwestern has a great alumni fan base, but not quite like ours, I don't think, from a craziness and frenzy. So the way I look at it, like, people are going to be up early, ain't going to be able to sleep the night before anyways. If you have it at 10:30, you can do enough pregame and people will be up getting themselves their mind right or whatever you want to call it, eating, having their Bloody Marys and all that stuff, breakfast, do the pregame there, kick off from 10. It's usually what, 3.5 hour game. You're done at 1. Now you're only crossing over maybe, to halftime of a game that starts later. But it's week 0, so there's not a lot of games. Maybe they can spread them out, at different times. But I like the time both here. 11:30 is not a bad time, so I'm not, obviously too upset about it. But then also I like the time over there as well. Start the game. I'm sure it's going to be sunny, and then, towards the second half it's going to get darker, so you get a little bit of that late night feel. And sometimes I think those are the best games to play. So I'm sure they're excited and to know what obviously they know that they're going to play, right? Another thing is know what time, so you can kind of start thinking about it. And as you get towards middle of the summer, you really start to focus in on what you need to do to get ready to play your best game.
The 11:30 kick there. Here, 51,000 is the capacity.
Yeah, but people over there that got all day to drink Guinness,
Lather up.
it's going to seem like 151,000. So I think it's going to. I mean,
I think the people who are going are going to have a better game experience.
Yeah, and I think it's not an easy travel to get over there. Ireland's not densely populated, so I think it's going to be sold out, and I think it's going to be a good experience, and it's going to be interesting to see what they do moving forward.
I do love that they've prepared the stadium and lit it up, and they've still got a soccer stadium to go through, season to go through. But the fact that it's there, and then it hit me that the first after Ireland, it's 3 home games.
Right, that should be your reward.
Actually, it's 4. I just think about it. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's 4. It's 4.
Yeah.
It's North Dakota, Georgia Southern, Oklahoma, Indiana. Your thoughts on noon for Oklahoma or 11 a.m. for Oklahoma?
I'm sure they got other games that weekend too. So yeah, look, that's going to be a big weekend.
I mean, that's the Fox.
Yeah, so I think that look, you ain't got to worry about viewership. You're playing. It's new coach for Oklahoma. A lot of unknowns, a lot of pressure here. Assumption and perception that Oklahoma's going to just continue along and being, a big player on the national scene. And then, this is a perception that Nebraska is going to be a lot better, wins and loss record wise. And we're, got a better talented team, made obviously some good additions through transfer portal and recruiting. And we got them at home, and the game was a close game last year. So, I think everybody's going to be ready for that one.
I kind of feel like there's some misconceptions about Northwestern's fan base. Not in numbers. They don't have the numbers.
Right.
No.
But they do hold prestige. They do
Oh
hold
yeah, they got a lot of big of course
names.
they should. I mean, it's
right. I mean,
it's the Harvard of the Midwest.
Right. I mean, right. I mean, for all the media folks,
that's it. That's the school to go to.
Right. And they're going.
Right. I mean, Northwestern has a very unique alumni base, very, very well known, wealthy, prestigious, or whatever you want to call it. But so does Nebraska. But I think and I think Pat Fitzgerald has really, really done a good job of making Northwestern a national player, a team that when they usually say they had a really, magical year and they went and played in a big bowl game that, another team from any other conference be like, oh, this is just Northwestern. They had a lucky year and, we'll blow them out. But now, Northwestern can play. They've developed talent. They sent guys, in the first round, second round, good players, had good college players, great coach in Pat Fitzgerald. Heck, I think the young corner or safety that was the Big Ten freshman of the year when the last time they were in the Big Ten championship, they really did really well against Ohio State. I think he went somewhere in the transfer portal, right?
Yeah. I think he ended up in Notre Dame.
That's what I thought. So I mean, that lets you know there that now they got players that other teams are trying to come in and pluck. So Northwestern is legit in all in all phases. They're a tough team. They embody that kind of Chicago type of feel. They've upgraded their facilities to keep their coach, because it's been every time that the Bears are looking for a coach, he's the number one of the top guys and he won't leave. So they've created an environment of winning and playing good tough sports from top to bottom. So, and their fan base embodies it. I think that I'm sure, I don't know the numbers, but I'm sure over the last say 6 years, their home attendance has been a lot better than when Nebraska first got into the Big Ten and it looked like a high school state game, as far as on their their benches or their fans and seats, because Nebraska went in there one time, I think, when we won on that last second play. I think it was Martinez to Taylor to who was the tight end, Cotton, I think, or something like that. And we won and kind of like a walk-off, and it was all Nebraska people there. I think those days are gone. So I think it's going to be more Nebraska people there at the game, but I think Northwestern will have a pretty well represented fan base.
for you, when you think about whether you're gonna stay here or whether you're gonna go to Ireland, what factors being played in? Because I heard some people talk yesterday about wanting to make the trip, but then there's a trade-off: comfort, convenience.
Yeah, I mean,
tradition.
just one. Getting over there. What would I do? I mean, I think I would. I mean, I think just getting there and stuff like that. But what activities would be planned and stuff like that. So
have they reached out to you about doing something over there?
The university?
Mhm.
No. There was this other deal that's out there where it just seems like they talk to me about it. Then some guys are going, some guys not, and then it's kind of seems like I want to say a snake oil deal, but it's like if you're asking to use my name, I think you probably should be able to return an email, right? So, or text or call. So
it's amazing how that works, huh?
right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a once in a lifetime trip. Be great, to go or whatever. But I don't know. I mean, obviously,
Now, do I get you for post game this year? Is that?
I don't know yet.
Yeah, let a brother know.
Yeah, I don't know yet. I don't know. There's a whole different lot of things I don't know yet. I mean, I've had a lot of stuff going on, on a personal level. I just found out was I can't Wednesday I was gone. Upon landing in Minneapolis, one of my best friends, he's at that point in time he's in hospice. Got kind of had to take care of my stuff and then run and go see him. I mean, when I first moved from Frederick to Minnesota, it was my best friend Jamal. We're like brothers, and my other boy Dave Beach. They took me in with open arms, man. I mean, I'd spend weekends and weeks over there, and I was new, and they took care. I mean, them two, I didn't know anybody, right? So he's one of my best friends. He's in hospice, and had some issues, and I was able to go see him, somewhat coherent. But I just got a text, and it just passed away. So it's for you people out there, man, life is. I mean, he's 45 years old, man. 46. He's about to be 46, and big old. He's a hockey player, big tough dude. Everybody had a couple of issues, but nothing like you'd think. Talk to him all the time. It's just like, and then next thing you know, once he got in there, he got an infection when he was in the hospital, and just obviously. I mean, just think be honest with you, he went into the hospital last Thursday, and he had been in, for other stuff, he always kind of recover, it's like, ain't not gonna, there's one dude that wasn't the embodiment of health. It was him, but he was like a dude gonna live till he's 90,
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, he'll be straight, you know what I mean? And then I guess leaving the hospital, which he didn't tell anybody, right? He made sure that his mom wouldn't tell any of us, and then obviously she just broke down and told us all. What told Jamal is that he's like, oh, his doctor said you got 2 to 4 days to live. Just so happened I was up there, was able to get into an appointment that was very hard to get, and then just got that call, and then next thing then he lasted obviously 6 days, but in 6 days I think it was over 500 people that came through to see him. I was able to talk to him, so I mean, it's just you knew I don't know if you ever been there and see somebody that that's kind of, but to see somebody young like that, which is my age. I mean, Rico, you looking at me and you think me and DP old as dirt, right? I've been on the other side, when I'm just I'm your age and my uncles and stuff like that. You're like, man, them cats I ain't never gonna get that old. But then to see your homeboy, right? It's not just like a acquaintance, but one of your homeboys. Like, I ain't really recovered from it. And I mean, I was driving over to his brother's house, and we were going up the street. So he had this apple tree in the back of his yard. So we used to take the apples and be just tagging cars that be coming down there. And then I always tell people that's how we got our speed, because we running through neighborhoods in the woods in the night. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's look, long story short, I don't really I keep all my personal stuff personal, but I wasn't expecting that. You know what I mean? I was just I was texting to check on him. You know what I mean? Because he had which I probably should have known, had a little bit of an uptick, and that's kind of like the way it goes. But I'd be doing him a disservice to understand, not to mention why I've been gone, but then also, it's like, life's, we've seen last week down there in Texas, life is precious, man. It's no joke out here. So, be cool to everybody, try to be nice and all that stuff, and appreciate the relationships you got, man, because you just never know.
Well, that's why I texted you yesterday, and you said, I'll be there tomorrow. And I said, man, that ain't what I asked you.
Yeah, man. I haven't.
I asked you if how you do it, how you feel.
Yeah, it's just, it's all new, and I was really, it must have been intervention, and I don't really get into religion, but there must have been some higher power that I'm rushing to go do something. I get a call, when Jamal says it's 911, I'm gonna pick up, right? And then I was like, hey, I put everything, some other stuff to the side. I was like, I gotta, do it. So I think it's, that kind of gave me a good feeling. You know what I mean? I'd probably be mad at myself if I said I'm too busy while I'm there. I'm in the whole confines of Minneapolis, and I don't go see your, so I'm glad I was able to, to see him, talk to him a little bit. The funny thing is, I was like, Beach, man, get your butt up, man. You laying up in this bed for, man. He was like, is that Jay Foreman? You still playing? I was like, I wish. So, I kind of knew, like, obviously he wasn't, there, but yeah, so that's it, man. So it's tough.
We are with you. The text line is with you. Folks are reaching out, sending prayers. They feel you, bro. They feel you.
Yeah, it sucks right now, but I always try to think about the good times. You know what I mean? It's all you can do.
Yeah. Well, toward the break, we'll come back. We'll talk a little NBA playoffs.
Ooh.
When we come back.
Miami Heat.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Shopping for insurance can be a tedious and frustrating task, but the agents at Brokers Insurance Agency will do the work for you. They have partnered with over 20 of the best insurance carriers in the nation, which allows them to do the shopping all for you. Whether you're looking for business insurance or employee benefits for your company, or you're looking to save money on your home and auto insurance, Brokers Insurance Agency has the agents and solutions to help meet your goals. Call 402-420-5353 or email staff at brokersinsurancenE.com.
Let's do it. Let's get away. Let's go outside, cast a line, and reel in good times with our family and friends. Get a little peace, quiet, and relaxation, and make some memories that will last a lifetime. Let's do it. Let's Fish Nebraska. Start planning your fishing trip today at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. It's soul food right here in Lincoln. Ribs, wings, catfish, coleslaw, cornbread, grits. I'd say it's food like your grandma used to make, but my grandma never made food like that. If you haven't already, you've got to give it a try. Check out their location across from South Point at 27th and Pine Lake, or find their food truck at events all over town, or visit them online at maryellens.com to see the full menu. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Let them fix you a plate.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Are you sick of mindlessly running on a treadmill or the lack of motivation to consistently work out? Whatever your challenge, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping can help. Whether you want to lose weight, boost energy, or simply improve your overall health, you'll fit right in at Farrell's regardless of age or abilities. Build endurance with their kickboxing and strength training group fitness classes while also getting nutrition coaching. Try Farrell's now for a free week. Visit fxblincoln.com or call Jeff at 402-310-4026. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
Joined by Sam Cook, 39 years old from Seward, Jake. Played 16 seasons with Baltimore. Why do you think it worked so well for you in Baltimore?
With the success of our special teams over the 16-year career, never left the field without feeling like I got something out of it each day. And I always try to find a way to make sure I got each day got better.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $22.07 per hour and other select jobs starting at $23.77 per hour, with wages growing up to $29.71 per hour. Continental also has salaried jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dan has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batsterats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, you know when you ever see that Richard Pryor thing when they were talking about when the brothers in LA are running from the cops? They say first they run like this so you can see the arm, but once they go in overdrive like that, that's how we were when we were running through the woods. And
hat turn around.
Yeah, hat turn around. We get down low, you ain't gonna catch us. You know, so.
Welcome back to Old School, 93.7 Ticket, ticketfm.com. DP?
It's Friday, and as Sipple mentioned earlier, we will not be live Monday. So for Memorial Day, do something good. I'll leave it at that. Do something good. Necessary. Absolutely.
Fire up the Grizzle. Is the weather going to be nice?
Well, they said it was, but then we just got to notice that it could thunderstorm again. It could thunderstorm again.
Monday.
Monday. Everybody eats spaghetti and eats soup.
Yeah.
It's going to be 90 degrees and there's a 60% chance of a thunderstorm.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's like early in the morning or at night.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Grill through the thunderstorm.
It's going to be a nice weekend, though. 84 today, 89 tomorrow, 92 on Sunday.
Well, as long as it doesn't thunderstorm, because you got a Big Ten tournament up in Omaha, or down in Omaha.
Yeah, I
so
don't care about that.
Nebraska not playing. Who cares?
Yeah, I don't care about that.
We watched it. Rico lies because we watched it.
I didn't watch it. I told you what I was watching.
Look,
you were watching it. I was watching softball.
I watched everything. So I was watching. So I had Big Ten on one network, on one screen. I had SEC softball. I had the softball World Series on another, and then basketball. And then I'd flip back and forth to hockey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so
McDavid.
Connor McDavid.
David.
Yeah.
He said, I am that man.
Like 4 goals in 2 minutes.
Right. And here's the one that send you home.
Right.
Calgary. You know, my Canadian kinfolk have a nice off season.
Yeah.
Ice fishing season, you can get a couple more weeks. But I'm Connor McDavid.
See you at the
I
Stampede.
am the number one.
See you at the Calgary Stampede.
I'm the second coming of Wayne Gretzky. And this is why I'm doing Wayne Gretzky things.
Yeah, I'll see you at the Stampede. This is what this is.
Right,
Yeah.
Just stampeded you right to the Crizzo.
You just see it. So yeah, so we're watching. I don't know. Look, women's softball is getting it done,
dude.
They're getting it done.
Watched Arkansas and Texas. Texas didn't have an answer. Arkansas. It took them a couple innings, but once they turned it on,
I mean, like I said, DP saw me there, and I had one of my daughters were here for spring break, and we went to a Nebraska game. Softball is exciting, and it's a fast-paced game. And I like with my one daughter, she plays some, and so we watch it sometimes. And what's really cool is that she pulls up old YouTube videos and stuff like that, and she explains, when she'll see a coach or something, she'll be like, "Oh, he's still there, or this is so and so." So I think it's taken off, and I think it's even like last year when you had James Madison making that run, it caught national news. Florida State, who's not known as a softball school, when you think of Florida State, you think of football, Deion Sanders, and then you think basketball. That's it. Then you got them, doing well in softball.
They've been pretty good. Baseball.
Oh, baseball. Yeah.
But lately, their softball
team's up in that space.
Yeah, but normally it would be football, basketball, and say baseball. But now you see when you see not the normal teams that are always there, I think that brings more excitement. Then you get some players that have different personality, like Oklahoma's fan base, Alabama's fan base, the SEC, where now they take everything serious. You know what I mean? The intensity does not stop because it's not a male sport. And then
Texas. Look, there's an arrogance that they have in baseball and softball.
Yeah.
But to see them humbled by Arkansas
softball facility looks nice. They have their
they
whole
had 5,000 people. They sold 5,000 tickets for.
So their whole outfield is kind of like what Arkansas baseball does in that one section where it's just bring your own folding chair, set up, and have fun. And it looked like a blast.
Well, the thing is Texas. Well, people would
like 5,000.
Let's not forget, Texas signed up for this. All right.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to go. Yeah.
So you were the bully in the Big 12, right? People were worried about your arrogance, right? That was a phony arrogance, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's real arrogance right here.
You have to deal with.
Now you're going to deal with everybody.
And this is Arkansas. You're not even
right.
They didn't even get the ace.
You ain't.
You didn't get. Well,
you ain't even get Florida yet. Tennessee, Alabama. You dealing with everybody. Missouri.
Right now Arkansas is this. So they're the SEC champs.
Yes.
Right.
And it's
but
thrown
I'm just
the
saying,
entire thing out the window.
Well, it threw Alabama off so much they lost in their own regional.
And then quit. Half the squad quit.
Five of their starters.
We're going to the transfer portal. We didn't want to win this game no way. We're going to transfer portal. Where are we going? I don't know yet, but we going.
Stanford said, "Well, welcome to Tuscaloosa. Bye."
But this was it was fun to watch, and then the Michigan game last night didn't start till like
10:35.
No, 10:53.
10:53. Yeah, I got those mixed up. 10:53, which
at
is
night,
which is a record for the latest game ever started at TD Ameritrade.
And I tried to hang out. I
wasn't even gonna try.
You were out there?
No, I tried to just watch.
Yeah,
I tapped out, bro.
Well, Michigan,
you could just catch it on DVR.
Well, yeah. Well, Maryland and Indiana went extra innings.
Yep, went 10 or 11.
Yeah, they went 10.
10.
And I don't know. I put on my Maryland stuff last night to watch that game. Had a blast. Had a blast because first of all, they hit like 8 doubles.
Yeah.
Big Ten record, and I'm just sitting there going, they are having so much fun. And then the bad thing for the Big Ten is that Maryland's 1 and Rutgers 2, and you're playing in Omaha with no Nebraska.
Yay, East Coast.
Right, like that's the write-off.
Yeah.
Is that this is what this is?
It's
poor Michigan.
10:53, and before it even hits 11 o'clock, Michigan hit 2 tanks to right. just obliterated the ball.
Yeah, so it's a fun. I think it's gonna be a great weekend, great sports weekend.
It is.
For folks there.
Let's start this weekend. Also, for people out there, they got a local Bison freshman state tournament here in Lincoln. So what it is incoming freshmen and present freshmen try out for a team for said school, whatever, East, whatever. They got other schools too, like Mount Michael and all these other schools that get, commerce in here to Lincoln. And they play, it's kind of like a young and upcoming tournament. So if you're local here, it's good to go out and see it. I personally am going to have a lot of fun. Just, besides going to grad parties and obviously going to be having to go take care of some business out of town eventually, but go see some of the players that I coach, and we're not practicing right now because obviously they're playing for their team, which I always say for you youth coaches out there, when your kids get old enough and they are going to play for their high school team or coaches, that needs to supersede your stuff, because first of all, you don't want to hold them back from being excellent or striving it, whether it's that sport you're coaching or not. Number two, they're potentially going to be going to that high school for 4 years. The first impression is one of the best impressions they can have, not only with like a freshman or JV coach, but they all talk. Don't hold him back or don't penalize them back, he or she, right? So it's no different than we talked to Squire and say he was, they were playing for that, when she was playing for the Iowa team, and say like they have a Legion softball, which I know they don't, but to say they had a Legion softball team that was for her high school, her coach has got to be okay with her going and doing that, because one, it's going to make her better, and then two, it's a credit to you, and then three, it's the best thing for her. And if you're really coaching every kid, you're going to want the best for them. So I'm excited this weekend to see these kids play. I've seen some different play from these guys going, and I told them before, the best thing that you could do is go and try out, because you get used to that atmosphere. And look, not a lot of incoming freshmen make it, so it's an experience to do it. You're on their radar because you could be good enough, but just numbers don't. But then two, you're going to be playing kids that are bigger and stronger than you, and it's going to make you better. So hopefully, you just take some of the stuff that we've kind of worked on, you got tired of hearing about, and use it. And some of the kids that have went and probably took some lumps, when the few times that we played a couple of weekends ago, I see them, seen us help them. So that's going to be a joy for me. And then obviously be able to sit back and watch, Celtics and see if they can really get over the hump. And then also watch the different sports, as far as softball, baseball, and stuff like that. There's nothing better than, which we should. Who's the president? He needs to, first of all, needs to enact 3-day weekend starting forward, or done at 12. Okay, I'll compromise. Okay, and then when you got Mondays off, then that's even better. But we could even do better than that. We could go half on Friday and half on Monday, right? No, but
you ended Friday at 12 noon, and it doesn't start Monday until 12 noon.
Right.
Perfect.
Yeah. So, but anytime, you get a long weekend, it's filled with sports.
I
do
baseball
and stuff like that.
I do 4 10 days, 4 10 hours for that.
And you got other sports. You got baseball going on, Major League Baseball going on. I know, like, just locally, like the Omaha soccer team is doing well.
Salt Dogs sweep doubleheader start 8-3.
Then I did look at the news. The Twinkies, doing all right. So I think it used to say there was a dog days of summer, nothing's going on. For whatever reason, I think all sports has taken an uptick, and the excitement is there.
There's fireworks tonight.
Fireworks for graduation.
Fireworks Friday.
Friday fireworks. $2 beers. It's the Salt Dogs versus the Winnipeg Gold Eyes. We will give away a pair of vouchers in the next segment. I'll tell you how when we come back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it's been a great start here to the year as 2022 new inventory continues to roll in. Our pre-owned lot remains full, and we are selling at a record pace. I was just down at Koppel talking about a new order for myself, and they let me know I can actually start ordering a 2023 here later this spring. So stop on in to get your new 2022, your pre-owned vehicle, or maybe talk about ordering here for 2023. Check them out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Hey, it's Nelson. Isn't it a great feeling when a company has your budget in mind instead of trying to squeeze it all out of you? That's why Caterpillar Vapes has been voted a fan favorite among premium e-juice, CBD, and Delta 8 customers year after year. And now they're here in Lincoln. Returning customers are always enjoying weekly deals and perks, and new Caterpillar Vapes customers get 50% off their entire first purchase. A company that cares about their customers. Crazy, right? In a hurry? Try the drive-thru. Caterpillar Vapes, 2601 North 11th Street, and online at caterpillarvapes.com.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy and healthy Memorial Day weekend. We are thankful for our country, and for those that have served this nation, we salute you. This important message comes to you from Bart, Mike, and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
Brown Shoe Fit is gearing up for spring with new inventory on the way. They're stocking up on new spring sandals and athletic shoes daily in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Keen, Merrell, On, and many, many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Atrax. Spring is the season to be active and busy. Don't let your feet lose their support with old rundown shoes or sandals. Stop by Brown's Shoe Fit today, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batstoRats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
Joined by Sam Cook, 39 years old from Seward, Jake. Played 16 seasons with Baltimore. Why do you think it worked so well for you in Baltimore?
With the success of our special teams over the 16-year career, never left the field without feeling like I got something out of it each day. And I always try to find a way to make sure I got each day got better.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning.
Did you know that the U.S. has added over 1,100 new breweries in the last 18 months? Learn more by shopping at Myers Cork and Bottle, 13th and South, and by tuning into Thirsty Thursdays with Kevin Myers, because sports are better with a drink in your hand and a friend at your side.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Back to old school with DP and J.
Clap your hands, everybody, and everybody just clap your hands. Fly girls, clap your hands. Fly guys, clap your hands. Well, if you're feeling all right and you think you're on, somebody let me know. Well, everybody in the place put a whistle in your face, scream it out and say, yo, yeah.
Welcome back to Old School 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com.
See, in the chair, I can actually hit the slide.
Dumb. You can hit the slide without hitting the slide.
Just moving it. You can't believe you. Go ahead. You do your thing.
Come on.
Go ahead. There you go.
Come on, it's Friday. Go ahead and party a little bit. We're going to give away a pack of 4 vouchers for the Salt Dogs. Off to their best start in a while, 8-3 so far. They swept a doubleheader yesterday at Haymarket. And to win the vouchers, you simply have to text in your answer to this question. Who leads the Salt Dogs in home runs this season? Who leads them? First person that gets that in, we'll give 4
vouchers.
4 vouchers. So you can do that. In the meanwhile, Jay, it is we now know who one of the teams will be playing in the NBA Finals. We know who one of those teams are, and we are not surprised that it is, in fact, the Golden State Warriors. Are we giving them enough credit?
I think yes and no. I think they had a little bit easier path considering how Phoenix played and how Phoenix played against them this year. And obviously you could say, the Lakers didn't make it, X, Y, and Z. I mean, you could kind of look at it like that. But I think Golden State, once Clay got back to kind of basketball playing with 100% confidence, Draymond got healthy, Steph got healthy. The emergence of Poole. You got to think they haven't had Porter, who I like him, man. He's like the X factor, and all these other guys, and with Steve Kerr as the coach and the culture, you give them credit there, but I think that they don't get it because, I wouldn't say it's been easy, but they've systematically went through a lot of people. So I like watching Golden State. I think they're one of the funnest teams to watch. Along with the Celtics, I like watching them. The two different styles, but I like Golden State because they have Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, two surefire first ballot Hall of Fames, probably the two best shooters, two of the three best shooters. I still think Larry Bird is the best shooter of all time, but whatever. Two of the three best shooters of all time. And the team shares the ball, including those two, and they're effective. They're not a big team, but they're extremely good at rebounding. They're a great defensive team, and they do different stuff. You see them implement a zone. Everybody thinks that, or Jason Kidd was saying, because they couldn't guard them one-on-one. It's not because of that, because they wanted to keep their rebounding edge, which helped them, right? Because Dallas didn't do well against the zone. So, yeah, I think that I wouldn't say they're under the radar, but their game times are a little different. And, winning the Western Conference Finals 4-1 was, obviously, it's the closest thing to a sweep. But, obviously people never really thought Dallas could get there. So that's where they're not getting credit. But I can tell you what, whoever comes out of the East is on notice. You're getting the best team from the West that's playing the best. It's going to be the most healthiest. And that's also with Gary Payton being out. You got to think that's another dude that can, heat you up defensively. That's out for the whole playoffs. And that lets you know just about this team here. When you can lose your coach to COVID, Gary Payton, in the first 2 minutes of a game in a tough series, and then Porter, those are three guys that first of all, your head coach is your guy. I mean, that's the guy that kind of stirs the pot and deals with all the different personalities and sets forth the culture. Then two players that play, even though they're not starters, they play huge roles on that team. They're three-level defenders, and they help make the 2 stars or 3 stars in Draymond that much better. To overcome that in that short a time in a playoff span and to be there, lets you know that they are for real. They're deep and probably the odds-on favorite, I'd say.
We will throw it a break. We still do not have a winner for the Salt Dogs vouchers. Again, these vouchers you can use for any game you want, but this weekend they're home. Again, fireworks tonight, $2 beer, fireworks after the game. Then Saturday, $2 select tall boys. And then Sunday, of course, Sunday family fun day. $1 small popcorn, 12-ounce sodas. Pretty good stuff presented by Casey. So we'll take an answer there, and then we'll close out one-on-one, old school, and get to one-on-one with Everett Gray at the top of the hour.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. It's soul food right here in Lincoln. Ribs, wings, catfish, coleslaw, cornbread, grits. I mean, I'd say it's food like your grandma used to make, but my grandma never made food like that. If you haven't already, you've got to give it a try. Check out their location across from South Point at 27th and Pine Lake, or find their food truck at events all over town, or visit them online at maryellens.com to see the full menu. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Let them fix you a plate.
Hey, sports fans. Rico here with HIS Auto Care 70th and Van Dorn. Carfax recently awarded us as a top-rated auto service center for 2020, and Lincoln Choice Awards voted us as the 2021 top independent auto repair center. Call us at 402-488-8934 for superior service bumper to bumper. Mention this ad and get 7% off. Doesn't get any better than that. Rico for his Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels and Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday. You lost Wednesday. You're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
Spring has arrived. Dust off your clubs and play the city. Lincoln City Golf Courses offer 5 different places to play, including Holmes, Pioneers, Highlands, Mahoney, and the par 3 Jim Ager course. Plus, 1 membership gets you access to all 5 courses, or ask about a discount card that gets you 15% off all rounds. There's also adult classes with lessons for every level with Lincoln City Golf Academy. Learn more about membership and classes today at lincolncitygolf.org.
Southeast Community College is training tomorrow's workforce today with our nearly 60 career and technical programs. We are doing our part to help employers fill vacancies during this current labor shortage, graduating students with skill sets employers are seeking. We're also helping to upskill the workforce by adding short-term credentials like certificates in many programs so that employees can get retraining quickly. Learn more about upskilling with SCC at southeast.edu/academics. SCC, your path to possible.
Did you know that the U.S. has added over 1,100 new breweries in the last 18 months? Learn more by shopping at Myers Cork and Bottle, 13th and South, and by tuning into Thirsty Thursdays with Kevin Myers, because sports are better with a drink in your hand and a friend at your side.
And now, poetry from the world of Yum.
You need a treat, but not something predictable. Cookies, cupcakes, apple pie, it's all boringly typical. So here's a little rule of thumb. Take that income, avoid the humdrum, and get yourself to the world of Yum. The cakes are made for any celebration, every cause of elation, alongside every occasion. So get in your car. You would be remiss not to take that drive down to Beatrice.
Check out Grandma's fruitcake and all the delicious desserts at Beatrice Bakery. Welcome to our world of Yum.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great. We're
definitely coming back.
Sure.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Are you sick of mindlessly running on a treadmill or the lack of motivation to consistently work out? Whatever your challenge, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping can help. Whether you want to lose weight, boost energy, or simply improve your overall health, you'll fit right in at Farrell's regardless of age or abilities. Build endurance with their kickboxing and strength training group fitness classes while also getting nutrition coaching. Try Farrell's now for a free week. Visit fxblincoln.com or call Jeff at 402-310-4026. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Final segment of Old School right here on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Don't forget to join us in the next hour, one-on-one with Everett Gray and DP.
Yeah, we're going to talk a little NIL and a little NBA, and a little Luka, a little Steph, a little Jason Tatum.
Lil.
Yeah, a little. Craig, congratulations. I got the correct answer for the trivia question. Yeah, in fact, it was Mr. Delano, Garrett Delano. You could have gone 2 for 2 because if you had said either name, there were 2 players with two home runs. I was trying to, give you guys some, give the Salt Dogs some love. Ryan Long also has 2 home runs. They're 8-3 currently, and again, they've got all weekend. You can use the vouchers whenever you want. So, Craig, stop by the station, pick up your vouchers, and enjoy some Salt Dogs baseball. And a reminder, I don't know if Jay heard it. I don't know if Jay was here when we talked about it. But starting in June, the last Friday in June at 12 noon, we will invite
you said 5.
Anywhere from 5 to 10. And we're waiting for them to, they said depending on when it is.
Okay.
But 5 to 10 listeners to come down and take batting practice at Haymarket Park with us.
And the very first time we do that, Nick is going to try and strike out Vershawn.
Yeah, that's the challenge. Nick said he didn't think he could strike you out.
Oh, you can't.
So
he seen me hitting the cage.
Yeah.
But I'd pay to watch and see Rashawn.
Oh no, this is the opening day, and the only people like that.
Nick's throwing bullpen sessions. Rashawn
Yeah.
said he was going to get a hold of one of his boys and he was going to work on his swing.
Yeah.
You're taking this serious. I'm excited.
Yeah, Nick went. He threw BP just to get the old noodle loose.
He came in yesterday. He goes, I threw BP for the first time since high school, and he's just sitting there. He goes, my shoulder, I just can't. Like it felt good, and today it's so sore
because he overdid it. He overdid it. That's what happens.
Yeah,
he overdid it. All right, so Boston, Miami. Does anybody want to see Miami in the NBA
I don't.
Finals?
Nobody does.
I don't. I think the whole.
Well, one person is over there.
Yeah.
I've kind of not. I'd love Miami's culture. But
Rico.
What?
Mississippi Mug Dug asked the question: when is Rico going to race VJ? So I think we do it on that first Friday.
All down the first baseline.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we do. Oh, that's going to be it.
Rico said that with 100% confidence.
Okay. Well, the whole giving him 20 yards, whatever I was giving him, like I felt good, but as it got closer, I was like, yeah, this is not going to work. I shouldn't have. I could have given him like 10 yards, and that might have worked. But I think I gave him 20. That was not going to work.
Better start negotiating.
Yeah,
there's no negotiating with him. But if he wants to race down the first baseline, we can do that.
But yeah, I think the Miami
base race
is just not.
We could do the base races.
Yeah,
just not fun to watch. I just
Remember
think
the old school.
I just like what
the old school base races.
Oh no, I'm not in it.
No, we're gonna have Rico versus Rashawn.
Oh yeah, go ahead. I'll
don't
watch.
join?
No. No.
Leave my hamstrings alone, man.
Leave the hamstrings, Achilles, knees, hips. I don't got any. Feet.
Strick will be in town.
Strick will be in town. Strick will probably.
You think Strick? How far does Strick's home run go?
Yeah.
Oh, he can hit a home run.
That's the question. How far does it go?
Yeah,
That's
Strick goes over the bullpen club.
Can he dead center? Can he clear it?
He's left-handed, so he's a pull guy.
Not anymore. He used to. People don't realize how big Strick is.
Yeah.
I mean, I've known him ever since college, but people don't realize how big he is.
Right.
He's tall, but he's got big, broad shoulders. I mean, in this day and age, coming out of high school, that boy, he mess around be an outside linebacker.
Right? That's right.
For me.
They'd have redone it.
Oh,
right?
yeah. You coming off the edge, homeboy.
Yeah. He wanted to play safety. He wanted to come downhill and knock.
Oh, he could play safety too.
Yeah,
he like a Cam Chancellor.
Yeah,
That's
a big safety.
Yeah, he wanted to come down.
Strick got that big old waterhead. He could get it. No, I'm just playing. There you go. Yeah,
he'll be here next week.
Right, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's
He'll
what I'm
be here
saying.
next week,
I always catch it when I'm walking out. He probably gonna try to hit me up. But
yeah, we can get it. He'll be here. He's packing up and headed to Lincoln. So that's good news for everybody. So who are we all on board that the Celtics end this tonight, or do they get to?
No, they got to end it tonight, because if they go back to Miami,
different party.
It's a different party.
Different party.
They're not going to end it tonight.
Rico, who's top scorer?
You think they're going to lose at home?
Yeah. They need to win tonight.
They need to win tonight, but you're not sure they do.
I don't think they do.
Okay, so who leads?
I think they win tonight.
Who's the leading scorer?
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Butler going to do it. I think it's going to be Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, I think it's Superman Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, he's going to try to hit 40, and he's going to try to get 20 out of Bam. If they get 40 out of him, 20 out of Bam, and like another 16 to 18 out of Victor Oladipo, there you go.
If they put Marcus Smart on Jimmy Butler, I don't think that goes well for Boston.
Well,
I think they need to have somebody bigger on Jimmy Butler for this game, because just what you said.
If Marcus Smart and Williams are playing, Boston's fine, because then you free up Al Horford, Brown, and Tatum, and that is like a force field on the perimeter. Then you can take the pressure off of Pritchard and all these other guys to kind of really deal with. They can kind of catch Jimmy Butler on a second or third switch versus the first switch, and he can just go and kill him on the baseline or on the block. So, and then it allows them to kind of spread out and take and eliminate, kind of like the Kyle Lowrys and all that. Now, Miami, if they suddenly get healthy with Lowry and Hero, with the emergence of Victor Oladipo, with Bam playing really well now, and if you're expecting Jimmy Butler to say at least get, let's just say, 26 to 36, you got to expect that out of him, and efficiency. Now Miami is kind of like, now you see why they're the number 1 seed. But Boston has to start fast and take the wind out of their sails, especially at home.
If Miami wins, Jimmy Butler's leading scorer. If Boston wins, I think Jason Tatum's the one with the most points. He puts the dagger in him.
It's going to be a fun weekend of sports, so buckle up. And again, if you're bored, go to Omaha. Go watch some baseball.
Yeah, go catch some Go catch some Big Ten baseball.
It's all day. It's all day. It's all day long.
It's going to be a blast.
So don't go anywhere. The fastest hour in radio. Coming up next with former UNLV running rebel Everett Gray here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.